When a miserable corporate worker tragically dies of a brain hemorrhage in his sleep, he is reincarnated by 3 gods as a young orphan in a magical realm. He wakes up in an unknown forest as a little boy named Ryoma and has been gifted with rare magical powers and the ability to control them. While exploring the forest, he comes across a strange blue-colored creature called a slime, and after studying his guidebook, he learns how to use magic to tame them. 3 years pass, and the orphan boy has gathered and tamed many more slimes that have also become his friends, as he's had no encounter with other humans since his reincarnation. During this time, he studies them and discovers that the slimes are unique creatures and are of many different kinds with special attributes. One day, he comes across a group of men with one of them badly injured. Initially, he's reluctant to approach them, but eventually goes to assist them and uses his medicine to heal the victim. They thank him, and he invites them to his home, where their leader introduces himself as Duke Jamil from the capital, adding that they were attacked by bandits in the forest. The men are intrigued by Ryoma's magical abilities at a young age and ask him about himself, but he quickly fabricates a story to tell them. The next day, they say their goodbyes, and the men continue on their journey. 2 weeks after Ryoma's first encounter with them, the men return, but this time with some relatives who've come to express gratitude and also ask a favor. After Ryoma invites them in and once again unintentionally impresses them with his abilities, they offer him gifts. And then Iliaria, the Duke's daughter, explains that she comes from a long line of beast tamers and would like him to help her get one of his 2 rare slime species for herself. After Ryoma displays the 2 slimes' incredible abilities, she picks the cleaning slime and he reveals that they're attracted by bathwater. Desperate to tame a slime for herself, she takes a bath and presents the water before Ryoma directs her to the location she would get her slime. Sure enough, she gets the creature and thanks Ryoma. The family then asks him to join them on their journey back to the capital, and he agrees, but not before he goes to see the statues of the 3 gods, promising to erect another set when he arrives at his destination. Along the way, they encounter an obstacle on the path, but once again, Ryoma steps up and uses his magic abilities, coupled with the incredible attributes of the slimes to salvage the situation. Soon, they arrive at the city of Gimel, where the Duke's family asks him to live with them, and he agrees. He's suddenly summoned by the 3 gods, who express their delight with his achievements, and also reveal that Eliaria is a descendant of reincarnates just like him. Afterward, Jamil's father advises Ryoma to be very cautious because his abilities would inevitably attract unwanted attention to him. He also discovers that Eliaria has an equal magical capacity as him, and that it's a daunting task to manage that much power and would require proper training. They're taken to the beast tamers for training, but they don't accept Ryoma because he only tames slimes, which are not designed for battle. However, the Duke gives him an opportunity with the Adventurers Guild, and after acing their tests with a brilliant display of skill, he's accepted. In the meantime, he gets a cleaning job to showcase the abilities of his cleaner and scavenger slimes. His first client is a catwoman named Maya, who's literally been living in garbage ever since the demarcation between her house and a dump broke down. Ryoma prepares himself for the task ahead, and with the help of his slimes, he's able to clean not just Maya's house, but even the entire dump itself. Afterward, she thanks him and gives him a token of appreciation. Soon, the case of the public toilets is brought to his attention, and Ryoma accepts, taking his slimes once again to clean up the toilets. Even when he is faced with poisonous gas from the sewage, he's resolute to help the town, and eventually he is successful. The people of Gimel all congratulate and thank him for his help, and he's taken aback by the love he receives from the Ducal family, as it reminds him of his late mother from his former life. Days later, Eliaria and Ryoma practice their magic and are even taught new skills to help them master their powers. One day, they're sent to the mines where they encounter cave mantises that are not a threat individually, but a menace in large numbers. They successfully defeat the monsters using magic and the help of Ryoma's slimes. Afterward, the guildmaster sets up a bigger mission involving many more adventurers. They're sent into the mine shafts to kill the monsters and clear out the infested mines. Once again, they're successful, and Ryoma's slimes help clean up. However, their celebration is short-lived when the guildmaster informs them that some other adventurers were attacked by goblins. With the turn of events, they're sent on a rescue mission. Entering the caves, they're shocked to discover that the goblins are a lot more than they presumed, but take them on regardless. The battle against the numerous goblins persists, and it seems like the monsters are prevailing. But luckily, Ryoma summons thousands of his slimes, and once again, they save the day. Even with the recent success, Ryoma feels unfulfilled. and decides to make his own way in the land. He discusses his plans with the Ducal family, and even though it breaks their hearts, they support him because they know it's best for him. They do, however, give him some conditions to always write and visit them before Eliaria makes him promise to return in 3 years, when she'd have a long break from school. With the help of the Ducal family, the adventurers, and his friends, Ryoma establishes a laundry business in a central part of town. The day before his grand opening, he hosts a large feast and invites everyone. Later, he's called by the trader who helped him set up the business and presented with twins who would be his first employees. Initially, they're skeptical about the success of the business, considering Ryoma is just 11 years old. But during the feast, the turnout of guests is massive, and they change their minds when they see how much faith the people have in Ryoma. On the opening day, the turnout of customers is even more than they expected, and the twins don't even have enough time to catch their breath. Ryoma, who initially had doubts about the turnout, went on a guild quest, but when he returns, he's shocked to find his shop swarming with customers. As a result, he decides to hire more employees as the job is too stressful for the twins alone. The next day, Ryoma visits the old lady from the Merchants Guild to help him get new employees. She organizes an interview full of job seekers, but when they see how young Ryoma is, they all decline the offer and leave except for a father and daughter, Naked Faye and Lee, who were previously assassins and have changed their ways. Ryoma hires them and even uses his rare healing slime to heal their severe injuries. It's only been a short while since the grand opening, and the business is already booming. And once again, Ryoma employs more staff to keep it running smoothly. With the increased manpower, he has more time on his hands and can still live the life of an adventurer, and also continue his research with his slimes at the same time, pursuing a career in trading with other merchants. Impressed with the results and profits, Ryoma decides to treat his workers to a paid holiday, a gesture they'd never seen, and it makes them appreciate him even more. One day, news of a new and rare slime is brought to Ryoma's attention at the Adventurers Guild. He's informed that it's with the Beast Tamers Guild, so he goes over and with a decent sum, he procures the special species that he discovers is a blood slime that sucks the blood out of organisms. Not long after, Eliaria asks Ryoma to accompany her to beast taming lessons from her family, and he agrees. He finds out that both Eliaria's mother and grandfather are excellent beast tamers, having incredible achievements under their belts, with her mother having tamed several species of dangerous wolves and her grandfather successfully getting dragons to submit to him. The day of the lesson arrives, and as planned, Ryoma follows the Ducal family to a pond where they'd attempt to catch the rare and astonishing lemur birds. On getting there, however, things don't go as planned, as someone threatens the birds, causing them to attack, and so when Ryoma intervenes, the special creatures fly away. They wait the rest of the day for the birds to return, but just when they're about to give up and head home, the birds do return and sit in the pond. In another attempt to tame them, Eliaria plays a melodious song for them and successfully gets 9 birds to form a bond with. Ryoma gives it a try and gets his guitar using his storage magic, and also plays a pleasant tune to the birds. He too gets some of the birds to come to him. Afterward, they discover that they both have a special species in their flock, with Ryoma having the nightmare lemur bird and Eliaria possessing the phantom lemur bird, which are counterparts. Later that night, they celebrate the achievements with a feast at home. Eliaria invites Ryoma for a chat in her room. She is going away to school and won't be back for 3 years, so she makes him promise to send her letters and meet her when she returns, and gives him a pendant containing a ruby, which her mother gave her on her birthday. In return, he presents her with 2 of his most beloved slimes as a gift. The next day, the two say their goodbyes, and as they go their separate ways, the story closes, bringing an end to today's recap.